Good evening, everyone. Tonight is going to be an interesting one. Last year, when we had the Riya Chakraborty case, and that became such a big deal, and now it's the Aryan Khan case. We're going to have a GD tonight, and I'm really hoping to have some interesting piece of discussion. And let's see, what exactly do you guys have in mind? So now that we are all ready, now this is an interesting part. Remember, there are no rules. You have to be brutal, you have to be out there, you have to start speaking. I can, of course, moderate a little bit so that when it gets too hyperactive or something, that is where I'll come in and I'll probably help you out. So let's begin with the Aryan Khan case. And really, I would want anyone right now, let's see who can take up the stand and be the first person, the most confident person out here to speak up about what are his or her views on the Aryan Khan case.
I think it was a pawn because I feel he came up to the meet and someone out of nowhere the police came and caught him up. I feel it is a pawn, but I don't think he's involved. Anyone wants to come and talk with me, please come.
Plus the media circus that has been following right after the current latest update that he has got bail. Media people have been just been there and following as if he's one like an army personnel who has killed hundreds of terrorists, and we are here to celebrate him. So that's the media circus that has been happening, and it is truly annoying for me.
Yeah, media is all about taking the bullshit and giving more bullshits about it. And I think media doesn't show the real things, but always a make-up story or somewhere like that. Mm-hmm. One thing they show in different 10 ways, and I think he's a pawn. They have made him to distract. It was a distract for other people to take away different stuffs.
In my opinion, I do not think that he was a pawn. I think there was a larger aspect to the entire story. They wanted to take away the light from the 3,000 kg drug heist from the Adani shipyard or whichever place they had taken it from. And along with that, finally, they got a particular person from a particular religious background also to play with and hype it up in the media. And then there were certain other channels who were trying to portray him to be an innocent young victim caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. But on the whole, it just brought into the light to show that the amount of drugs which are being pumped into the youth of today in our country, and many of us have absolutely no idea as to what extent it's reached the society.
We can't justify that he's innocent, but everyone says he's innocent. But drugs are there, and it is being circulated all around in the tier 1 cities, tier 2 and tier 3 cities also.
Interesting piece of information which I would like to kind of ask forward, and I want you guys to actually jump in. As I said, I shouldn't be the one coming in to act as filler, but really, one thing that is really interesting to understand is that is a person being tried for a case like this right or incorrect? Because he was put behind bars. The question is really that, was it right to put him behind bars?
Until he was proved innocent, they had to take an action. So just for the sake of the bluffing thing, they have taken him into the custody and put him behind the bar. When he was proven innocent, then he came out, and it was celebrated as if something big is going on and an MLA party is going on. They celebrated it. And that is overrated, I think.
Obviously, he was innocent. The putting him in the jail, because are always saying in Indian democracy, innocent until proven guilty. And he hasn't been proven guilty, and still he had to stay in jail for more than 3 weeks. So it was definitely a wrong thing to do to anybody, and obviously there was the best lawyers who was fighting for them, or maybe particularly for Aryan and his friends. And not everybody have the power of that money to hire the best lawyers. Like, you can't spend on a lawyer like 2 to 3 crore rupees just to get bail. So obviously it was a very wrongful thing done by NCB and the people involved in that.
So the real question is, why were they celebrate? Like, because in a way, it was all over the media, and something interesting that was going on was that the NCB thought that it was a victory for their end. And what exactly was the reason? Why did NCB think that, it was a big thing and it was a victory from their end?
I think it was because their purpose was to grab the headlines by not stepping on the wrong person. They could have done the same thing by making news from Adani Port case, where 3,000 kgs worth rupees 21,000 crore, which is like the budget of education every year. More than that worth heroin was caught. So if they wanted to grab the headlines, they could have done that. But then they would be having stepping on the biggest fundraiser for the political parties. And that could have gone wrong from their back office or maybe from the management side. So that's why, to grab the headlines and to let the people know, a layman will think, okay, Amir Baap ka ladka hai, nashe to karta hi hoga, and they will be like happy, chalo, the government is doing something, all the central agency, independent agency is working, and they will feel happy, okay, kuch acha kaam ho raha hai hamara country mein. And while that, every single person in this country is having and fueling their vehicles with more than 100 rupees petrol, and which really puts knife on their heart. But they are happy just because कि कोई अमीर बाप का लड़का पकड़ा गया क्योंकि वो लोगों को बिगाड़ रहा था. So it was just the headlines, I feel, and they felt happy कि we are doing the good job to make a good narration.
There are three things that can be brought to the notice of to everyone. That first, drugs are becoming front runners in the terms of business, because most of the people are indulging in it. Second, it also shows the flaws we have in our legal system. And third, in a surprising turn of events, the whole legal case has become one of the greatest PR exercise of 2021, because now Aryan Khan is like a hero in front of all the youths, all the people. Somehow, magically, his legal team took Aryan Khan's case and they turned him into a hero.
There's one thing I would like to add to this. Like, is there a possibility that it was all done by his own PR team? Maybe he's 23, has already done his education in direction from London. So he might be coming up with the movie, and this all drama was done by his team himself just to glorify his image. That ठीक है, Bollywood में है and the big star, and still he is not into all of that.
Do you think Aryan Khan is a celebrity? He is not.
He is already.
He's gonna be a celebrity,
he's
right?
not a celebrity at all. He is
already
a celebrity's son.
because
He's a
he
celebrity's
is the son of Shah Rukh Khan.
Understand this. Yeah,
He is
he's not a celebrity. He's a celebrity's son. Till he becomes
But he has already got the push from Shah Rukh Khan. He has already got a push from Shah Rukh Khan. He is already getting promotions. So it is easy for him to get pushed to the celebrity level.
If this was done by him, it actually has badly affected Shah Rukh Khan's popularity, right?
It has affected,
Shah
but
Rukh
it is going to fade away soon because it's a controversy. Any controversy can be taken place by the celebrity is going to vanish in sometimes, because no one will.
Have hundreds of other ideas to get popularized, and this is a very serious criminal case.
I support Hiren's point. He said a magistrate denied his bail because he might have seen proofs and all, and even in his chats with Ananya Pandey, 3 times the conversation was about dealing in drugs. If it was a joke, that according to Ananya, she said it was a joke that they were doing. If it was a joke, it's 1 time or 2 times, 3 times talking about drugs in a chat, and then actually telling that she will get it available for him. I don't think so. It's like as light as she is claiming to be, and even she very recently pushed the dates of her talks with the NCB, claiming she had some already meetings and all that she had to attend. But the thing is, the case is very serious. So instead of pushing the dates, why not?
Mahima, at least she is a working lady. Ananya Pandey is a working lady. She is a celebrity, I feel, and she can have some meetings. She can have some things to do.
But don't you think
The charges and case was not made on him. Was not made on her. So it's not her liability to come. If she can do it, and if it is acceptable by NCB, that
no. You are absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. The legal system says that if you are given a notice, you have to attend it. You can once or twice. No, they can. Otherwise, if she had not attended the third time, she would have been arrested.
Yeah, but she did. Three chances, right? She can attend in any three chances.
So why can't
who tells
I have three
attending the first chance?
I was going to ask if the main thing is the cell phone was seized when the raid was conducted on 2nd of October on the cruise ship. But the chats came on when the case was going to the High Court, one day before the hearing was going to continue at High Court. So the cell phone was with NCB. How did the chats came out? The proper screenshots without context. Mainstream media was showing 24/7, 9 p.m. at the prime time. They were showing the chats that they are joking about, or maybe they are talking about the drugs, or they are dealing in the drugs. I am not making it a clear statement, but they were talking about that. How that all that news came? Is there no privacy? Is there no system?
Aren't we kind of going away from the topic by saying something like so? Majorly, it's not a point of whether it's privacy or not privacy. But the thing is that he was arrested. Now the question is, was he rightfully arrested? Now the point that Mahima and Hiren are putting is not taking any sides. I just want to, from what I've gathered till now, is that Hiren and Mahima are putting a point that, of course, there was a reason. They were linked to an international cartel. There was the chats in Ananya Pandey thing. And, he was there in the ship where this was happening. Plus, some drugs were actually confiscated from his friend. Can everything, is everything a coincidence? I think their point is that is the reason maybe it was right. He was rightfully put behind the bars. I think, is that correct, Hiren and Mahima?
Yes, absolutely.
Now the question, now you have to that's something that Ayush and Adeep, if you guys could actually, or even for anyone else for that matter, I have no idea why others. It's
that's called a substantial evidence from the place of crime.
This is very interesting narrative. I want to draw that, and let's see, what are your views on this? Because many people, and I'm pretty sure, a lot of you might even believe in this, but a lot of people are thinking that all of these cases are a direct attack on the Bollywood industry. It's for some reason that the government wants to attack the Bollywood industry because they're responsible for spoiling people. Whereas a lot of people also think that they are rightfully being held and audited, which was long overdue, and they were doing whatever they felt like and spoiling the culture of the nation. Now, if you think about it, all these cases, even for that matter, you realize that the Riya Chakraborty case also became about drugs over a period of time. And same goes here, when it comes to drug cases, suddenly it becomes really big. Last time, I think Sara Ali Khan was also involved in that case, if I'm not wrong, along with Riya Chakraborty.
Sara Ali Khan, Deepika Padukone, everybody was. And it's not just Bollywood. Because recently, I think Bharti, if you know who I'm talking about, the TV actress, the comedian who is in the Kapil Sharma show, she was also arrested with her husband and a few television celebrities. But because they are television celebrities, the cases didn't explode into that much into the whole of India. It was bigger in Mumbai because
Hiren, I have a question right now.
So that's the reason why I'm saying that, because he was Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan, this became like a huge and media is something, they just jump on to some things that they want to get visibility for. That's it.
Hiren, I have a question right now. when this Deepika Padukone and everyone got caught in this drug, they were not put in jail, right? Why did Aryan Kar they had to put him in jail? Because he's not at all involved. He was just
also listen.
Understand.
Listen,
Let me tell you.
Whoever is in the party, they should have gone into the jail, but no one was gone into.
20 people were arrested. Adil, if you know, 20 people were arrested.
Listen.
20 people, but no one got it, right? But Aryan Kar got.
People are still in the jail. Rest got.
Listen,
People are still.
guys. Hiren, I was just asking one more thing. Whatever this guy asked you, just add one more thing, that do the NCB have the authority to take the blood test if the guy has consumed the drugs or not? Do they have the authority?
It's a drug case, so they have the right to take blood test.
They have. You want to say yes, they have the authority.
I am not sure about the legalities of that, but I'll tell you one thing. Now, I will patiently listen you. Now, let me speak. See, once you had 2 points, right? One, why Deepika Padukone, Sara Ali Khan, and Ananya Pandey in that case also, Riya Chakravarti case, were not arrested.
Absolutely correct.
They were only part of certain chats. They were not arrested from the crime scene.
So now understand one thing, okay? When you guys speak up in a GD, never ever get into personal attacks. That's never considered good. Okay, stick to the purpose of the discussion, which is the point. I think it's very important to understand that. Okay, so now it's a debate. Even in a debate, it's never appreciated. It actually goes against you. Even if you're making the best point in the world, but the moment, just the little moment where you start attacking anyone, for that matter, and I'm talking to everyone for that matter, not any particular person. But whenever you attack a person, the moment you might be making 10 good points, but just that 11th point of attacking a person goes against you and it goes away. So please make sure that we're sticking to the point, because it has happened at least 5 to 10 times now. I've noticed it. Multiple people may, having the right intention, have probably said just the wrong words at times, and probably the right words in the wrong tone, or the wrong words in the wrong tone, or the wrong words in the right tone too. But then it's just that please be very, very particular about that. That's one thing which can be really, really dangerous. Okay. But anyway, so point is that nobody of course wants to personally attack, but it happens. It also because you don't realize it, by the way. Sometimes what happens is that, there's a technical glitch. Sometimes one person is speaking, but that voice comes to the other person with a bit of 2-3 second lag. And sometimes they think that they're concluding over each other. Ye bhi hota hai. All these things happen. But anyways, I think that the GD was better. I would want other people to speak up though. I mean, I still saw few people that, did not speak up. I would have loved it if other people could have spoken as well. But yeah, overall, I think interesting discussion, undoubtedly. But definitely, I have cut around 17 calls that I have received, because I said I'm going to be free at 10:30. So I am now going to go there. God. But all I do request you guys is that I'm pretty sure you must have learned something from the GD tonight. Please go to the Telegram group, put in your reviews. What did you feel about the GD? What did you learn from the GD? Is there something that you learned as well? Not from the topic, but the way of, being presenting in a GD. Take care, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.